Steve Gamache here with another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. And as you might guess, we've got a stone review here. So this is the Arashiyama 1000 grit or 1K sharpening stone. And I used it just a little bit with a few different knives, a couple different steels, and then got some feedback on the forums from Mark and also one of the venerable sharpeners around the forums, Jason B. So I got a couple comments from him. So it comes with this cool loud box. So we'll move that out of the way here. But so this stone is kind of an olive drab grayish stone, and when you wet it down it gets even more grayish. But it's a good idea with sharpening stones to get some Sharpie and right on the corners or the edges what the stone is, especially if you've got stones, multiple stones, and you're not sure which one's which. This is, you know, guaranteed to let you know so you don't mix them up and use them for the wrong progression or the wrong purposes. Based on some of the feedback I got and just my experience using the stone, and again, I'm not an expert sharpener, but this is what Jason B has to say about it. This guy has sharpened tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of knives, and he's used lots of different stones. But his comments are, the 1K, or quote, the 1K and 6K Arashiyama was my first quality waterstone set and one I still hold in high regard. The 1K is, like others have said, harder than a king, but not as hard as a Chaucera, probably somewhere in between. It's muddy on softer steels and single bevels while acting more like a Shapton, probably Shapton Pro he's talking about, on harder steels, giving up less abrasive and loading a bit. I like the feedback it gives, but mostly I like how the 6K follows it. When my 1K broke, I used one of my many other 1K stones to fill its place, but nothing ever worked as well as the Arashiyama. So anyway, those are his comments. So the stone is a bit on the hard side, and it's not muddy on doing the steels that I used. It didn't get a lot of mud on it, but it came pretty darn flat out of the box. I basically dressed the top with the Atoma 140 plate and put my pencil marker on there, and it came quite flat, nicely beveled edges, so it's pretty much ready to go right out of the box. It's not a super aggressive cutter, but it's fast enough for most purposes, especially if you combine it with a coarse stone for the heavier duty sharpening purposes. And it gave a nice finish, kind of a semi-polished cloudy finish with a pretty good bite to it. I did not follow it up. I just used that edge straight out. Just wanted to see what it was like. Had pretty good tooth to it. But Mark has brought this back in from a hiatus to pair it with the 6K for a set. So you've got the Arashiyama 1K, 6K sharpening set, which makes a nice 1-2 combination. Get a third stone in the maybe 320 range or something like that, and you've got a nice coarse, medium, and fine stone for a great three stone progression that'll handle most tasks. And I liked it. I liked the feedback on it. It's you know, it's not a huge amount of feedback, but it you know, gave me plenty of feedback to let me know where I was on the edge, and it cut steels pretty well. I had a couple of European knives and a couple of carbon knives, and it seemed to do well with both of them, both styles of steel. So anyway, I liked it. So again, it'll not dish quickly. It wears a long time. It's you know, not as muddy as as Jason's comments, but it's a good all-around stone. So think about that also with the combo sets. So here's our cool box. I like how these colors on these boxes are awesome. So this is the Arashiyama 1000 grit or 1K sharpening stone.